I'm on an island. I'm getting low on water. And the only thing I can do is to drink my own pee.
Hi, I'm John Green. Welcome to Crash Course.
But seriously, this is my crash course on the topic of the conflict in Yemen and what caused it. If you are unaware, Yemen is located on the southern tip of the Arabian Peninsula. By looking at this map of oil transportation throughout the world, you can see that Yemen has geopolitical power over the 3.8 million barrels that pass through its ports every day. The conflict goes on throughout the entirety of Yemen. Above, the map shows the three belligerents and their positions as of May 12, 2015. This caused the Yemenis people to flee as refugees to other neighboring countries, such as Somalia. To understand this conflict, we must first figure out who is fighting whom. First off, the terrorist group Al-Qaeda has their most feared branch in Yemen. They are fighting against all other anti-terrorism groups. Furthermore, there are other terrorist groups, such as the Islamic State, that fight within Yemen. Not only does this show the border between the previous North and South Yemen, but the current religious groups that reside in each of them. The North is the Zaidi Shia Houthis, and the South is predominantly the Sunnis. This all started with the Yemen Civil War, which started by the Arab Spring, in which a man set himself on fire, sparking revolutions across the Middle East and other neighboring countries. The Yemeni Revolution led to protests against the government led by Ali Abdullah Saleh. Eventually, he stepped down from power, and the new president, by the name of Hadi, was elected. Due to the fact that President Hadi was Sunni, the Sunni-Shia tensions grew. This led the Houthis to overthrow the government and create their own governmental council. All of this has made Yemen a very unstable country. Now, foreign influences have chosen to intervene within the conflict. The country of Saudi Arabia has led the coalition against the Houthis in Yemen. This means that they have allied with other countries to bomb Yemen and the Houthi camps. Here is a video of one of the many bombings that Saudi led against the Houthis.
Allahu Akbar! More airstrikes in Yemen, but also more Houthi attacks on Saudi territory. Tell us.
The Houthis have escalated their what the Saudis described as a red line, and that's what has led during the last few days to an intensification of airstrikes on Sa'da and its surroundings, and the international community, they are talking about the suffering of civilians and so on. So all of these are signs that instead of indications of a truce coming, Saudis have sent a massive additional force today to the border with Yemen.
That video showed the perspective of what caused the Yemen conflict from the point of view of Saudi Arabians. In the captions is questions I pose to his statements. Others argue that the cause of the Yemen conflict was a proxy war between Saudi Arabia, a Sunni-run country, and Iran, a Houthi-run country. Just like in Syria, Iran and Saudi Arabia fight on either sides of the civil war. Another factor to consider is that the US is supplying one side and Russia is supplying the other. This is now another proxy war, just like in the Cold War. This gives some people the belief that the Cold War never ended. This affects us and everyone around the world because it creates tension in the Middle East, which can cause attacks elsewhere in the world. Lastly, it shows the many violations of human rights, most importantly, the right to life. Due to this topic being so controversial, I'm going to leave the rest to you to decide what was the cause of the Yemen conflict.